Wake up, College Place. You'll reach 80 degrees today.
Wake up, Sunnyside. You should hit 79 degrees today.
I'm Claire Graham.
And I'm Carl Hensley in for Zach Summers.
Let's start your second hour of Wake Up Northwest.
Wake up, you gotta shine with the sun. It's all about early, and I wanna be there.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock on Monday, the 1st of September.
Here's what's happening this morning. Most law enforcement officers throughout the region say they're having a relatively calm weekend.
That's good to hear. This morning, Pasco police are the only officers who say they are dealing with the typical holiday issues. Police say they've arrested several people for driving under the influence during this Labor Day weekend. Now, police say one man crashed into a fire hydrant and a building at Road 100 and Sandifer Parkway on Sunday morning and then drove off. Now, officers say they arrested the man Sunday afternoon when he called and admitted what happened. No one got hurt. And if you have the day off and you plan to go boating today, safety needs to be a top priority.
Raven Richard has a closer look on how you can stay safe while hitting the water.
It's Labor Day weekend, which means more.
Now, as Raven Richard reports, safety experts say before you get out on the water, make sure you have enough life jackets for everyone on board and check the maintenance of your boat. Make sure everything is up to date and up to speed. And
it's also a good idea to turn off your engine when someone is swimming near your boat and make sure there's enough space between you and other boaters. Weather-wise today, it looks like it's going to be a pretty great day to head out onto the water. And if we take a first look at our current temperatures this morning, Pendleton, Hermiston, you're in the high 40s, low 50 degree mark. Tri-Cities, you're at 48 degrees. And Yakima, you're at 47. And Ellensburg, you're a little bit warmer at 55 degrees, but it's going to be a beautiful day. If we take a look at our satellite radar, we're not seeing too much cloud cover overhead. And what little cloud cover we are seeing is going to burn off throughout the day later today as it warms up and the sun comes out. And then as we're trying to plan our days this morning, Tri-Cities, you're going to wake up at 7 a.m. around 47 degrees. So a little chilly, not too bad. At noon, 76, and that is going to stay the same through the early evening hours at 5 p.m. Yakima, we're kind of seeing the same deal, 45 degrees, chilly wake up to the day, but at noon it's going to be 74 and then warming up to 77 as we get into those early evening hours. Now that's a first look at your weather, but I'll have your full weather forecast coming up a little bit later. Washington state lawmakers will meet this week to discuss how the state pays for public education. The Washington State Supreme Court has ordered a mandatory assembly on Wednesday for lawmakers to explain why they haven't complied with the McCleary decision.
20 miles per hour.
And speeding tickets in school zones are non-negotiable, so you can't get out of them, and they can cost you upwards of $200.
Yeah, if keeping the kids safe isn't reason enough to stay slow in school zones.
Not paying a $200 ticket is another one, right?
Exactly. All right, in business news this morning, wineries in the region are staying busy this holiday weekend.
Employees at Cana Winery in downtown Yakima say customers have been coming in from the Tri-Cities, Seattle, and even Oregon. Winery manager Catherine Goodson says since the city of Yakima wrapped up construction projects improving the traffic flow, wineries throughout the valley have been seeing a boost in business.
This year for us, we started out Friday with a full house during the day, lots of tourists.
Now, several new restaurants are also coming to downtown Yakima this fall. Goodson says if the upcoming season is anything like this past weekend, she's excited for the new businesses to open. And Sleeping Dog Wines in Benton City is using Labor Day as a way to make room for new wines. The winery is getting rid of last year's wines before the 2014s are ready. And workers say they make more cases of wine a year, and there are only a few cases of Merlot and Syrah left. Sleeping Dog Wineries will be open today from 11 to 5. After a series of negotiations, several Ukrainian and Russian prisoners are back in their rightful countries. Ukraine says it handed over 10 Russian paratroopers in exchange for more than 60 Ukrainian soldiers who crossed into Russia last week. The Ukrainian government says the swap proves the Russian military is aiding rebels in eastern Ukraine. Moscow says the men crossed an unmarked section of the border accidentally. And the State Department says Islamic militants seem to be having a pool party at an empty U.S. Embassy compound in Libya. They seized the residential compound over the weekend. Americans were evacuated from it more than a month ago because of fighting in Tripoli and Benghazi. The U.S. State Department says the embassy operations will stay suspended until the situation improves. The compound is now being safeguarded and has not been ransacked.